Hello, hello to everybody here in YouTube land. Sounds cliche, but it's been a very long time, very long time. I think my last video I posted on here would have been about 3 years ago. So a whole pandemic went on, and yeah, that was my last video. And then prior to that, I think I have been off since I want to say 2012, 2013, and I had started YouTube back in 2007. So I've been on and off over the years, but I'm here now, and I want to say I am officially back. I am officially back, guys. And first, I want to say thank you to the subscribers who I have noticed have stuck around for all of that time. Thank you so much. I hope you continue to stay, and I hope you like what I'm bringing at this period in my life. So obviously, this is going to be an update video, life updates. I'm going to be serving looks and life updates. As usual, I really enjoy video blogs, so I'll be doing video blogs in longer format here. I am accustomed doing those in shorter format over on my Instagram, but my perception of YouTube has changed. Also, social media has changed. Algorithms continuously change. So I am finding that I'm enjoying the YouTube space more so than Instagram again. So I figured why not jump back into it, right? So anyway, let's get into these life updates. So let's go back to when I moved to Calgary. That was this year will make it 5 years that I have moved out here. Can you believe it already? Time flies so quickly. And the pandemic started shortly after I arrived here, and I had started making YouTube videos again here and there. But I was trying to get settled in a new city, and I was at the time living with family, so I didn't really have the capacity to be able to produce the YouTube videos as consistently as I thought I would have been able to. Not that they were stopping me, but I was just feeling like being in my own space would have allowed me to do that more so. So, anyways, I moved to Calgary in 2019 to be closer to family. My sister had started her family and was looking for some help with childcare. I didn't really have anything keeping me in Ontario at the time. I wasn't enjoying my job. I didn't feel fulfilled in it. There was no upward mobility in it. So I decided to throw caution to the wind and take the chance and the opportunity to make a move to Western Canada. And now here I am, 5 years later. When I first moved out here, I didn't have a job lined up. So it was perfect in terms of my sister going back to work from mat leave, and I was able to assist tremendously with my niece, who was about 1 year old at the time. She's now going to be 6 this year. I got a job during the late fall of when I moved, the first year that I moved, and I was working at the Calgary International Airport for a bit. And shortly after that, between 2019 2020, is when everything started shutting down. So I got laid off spring of 2020 when everything really started to shut down and close down. Um, and especially working at the airport, that's what that would have been heavily impacted. So I got laid off in spring of 2020. Was without work for a while again, but it was fine. Like I had some savings and I was doing fine, and I really didn't mind the time off to continue to get settled in a new city and network a bit and start to get familiar with the demographic that's here. And so I had submitted my resume to different jobs that I would have been interested in. One of them being the health services out here in Alberta. And I really didn't think anything of it. They took really long to respond, so I just figured maybe I wasn't on their radar anymore. And then by New Year of 2021, I got an interview and I was successful, and I started working for the health services out here in Alberta, and I am currently still with them. And it's been about 3 years since I've been working with them, and I have consistently and pretty quickly been able to move up in my role. I'm still in an administrative role, but I've been able to move up really quickly. And I'm satisfied right now with where I'm at, but I'm a person that's really passionate about personal development and moving forward in life. So I am in the process of studying and keeping my options open. I work from home full time, so that does offer me a lot of flexibility, more than I had. I am now an auntie of two. At the time when I had tried to reactivate the channel, I just have my niece, but now I also have a nephew who is 2 years old, and I thoroughly enjoy being an auntie. Watching them grow up and being a part of them growing up is indescribable. It's indescribable. It's um it's not quite like being a parent, but it's really added a lot to my life, and I really enjoy being an auntie and having those two little energetic spirits in my life. So yeah, auntie of two now. I knew that one of my main goals for moving out here was because of the lower cost of living at the time. So I really focused and used the opportunity when I was living with my family to really buckle down and pay off things like student debt that I still was struggling with in Ontario. I've just been continuously working on those things. I really have to say the healthcare out here. And this is not just because I work for the health services, but even before I did, the almost like the same week I landed here, I got a letter in the mail saying, "Hey, come get your screens for XYZ." And lo and behold, something was found. And if not for that early intervention in that way, I don't know if I would still be here talking to you guys right now, looking as healthy and good as I do. So compared to Ontario, I will say so far in my experience, the healthcare has been a lot better out here in Alberta. I moved out from staying with my family that year and moved into my own space, which is what you see here. So I've been in this space for about 3 years now as well. I really enjoy the location. My battery died. So, yes, I was talking about living downtown Calgary. So, I really enjoy the accessibility, especially in the summer. I do a lot of walking. I enjoy getting on the transit. There's always so much going on and a lot of free stuff. That's what I also enjoy about Calgary. There's a lot of free activities that you can get into. You don't always have to pay to do fun stuff here. So, yeah, that was in 2021. I'm still enjoying my space very much 3 years later. If you've been following me over on Instagram while I was gone from YouTube, um, I spent a lot of time and effort like curating my space into somewhere that I enjoy coming to, somewhere that I enjoy being in, and I don't really do a lot of entertaining because it is a small space. So yeah, I really enjoy it here. Lots of sunlight, and I don't get the seasonal affective disorder that I used to get when I was living in Ontario, especially in the winter months. I used to get really down because of the weather, but here it will be really cold, but you would still get magnificent sunlight. So that's one thing that I really also enjoy about living here in Calgary. So in 2022, that is when my now core friendship circle out here in Calgary came together. It took me that long, from 2019 to 2022. Yes, there was a pandemic and nobody was able to really move around and network as before then, but there were still some small things happening, and I was still able to go out to one or two events, but I was finding it difficult to make friends here. And I know as you get older and you get to know yourself more, they say it's often difficult to make quality friends at this age. So I think that's a bit of what was happening. Um, but I found once I moved from more the northern part of Calgary and down into the southern part and into the city area, where there's more activities and more people that I will be able to relate to. I was able to then get out and start socializing, and I was able to put together my friendship group really quickly. We did all the things. We spent a lot of time together that year. We did Stampede to the max. We did the pancake breakfasts, everything. So 2022 was when we really cemented the friendship group. I hosted an event, an Afro Caribbean fusion event. It was a formal mixer. And my very first event in Calgary, if you've been rocking with me for a long time, you know that I used to produce events in Toronto, and how creative I am. So this event was amazing. By that time, I had networked enough to have some good connections around the city to bring together and really bring that vision to fruition. A lot of people enjoyed it. It was sold out. I had a waiting list. It was amazing. I was looking forward to being able to produce that event more consistently, like yearly at least. The event producing is on hold right now. I don't know when I'll be able to start back, and I don't know if I will because I'm a multi passionate person. So my interests constantly change. There's a lot of things that I am interested in that I would like to explore throughout this life. So whichever one catches and I'm able to continue with and sustain, and it brings me good returns, I see myself holding on to that thing or those things and letting them take me through the rest of my life. 2023 came along, and that was a tough year for me, emotionally, financially, mentally, spiritually. And it also coincided with the last year of being in my 30s. I was 39 last year. So I just really took a step back from all of this socializing and going out and spending money and stuff to really focus on what my priorities are for my life, where I see myself in the next year, the next 3 years, the next 5 years. Um, Things like home ownership and investing and all of these different things came into focus last year for me. Also, I have been single for a very long time, so I was also putting some focus into, you know, getting more in tune with myself. I'm a person that's very reflective and to a point where it could be a fault and I overthink. But as I said, I'm into personal development. So I really wanted to focus on getting quiet, tuning out the distractions, and really focusing on manifesting the things that I want for my life in the next year to 5 years. So I got therapy last year and I continue to do therapy on a routine basis, which is very helpful for me. Um, my therapist currently is really good at providing me the tools to be able to navigate some of the things that I struggle with emotionally, and also in terms of my relationships. So I'm doing that and it's helping a lot. I am also, you know, currently always evolving my life manifesto and how I want to live my life. And I've decided that I'm going to live my life with passion. I'm going to live it boldly, and I'm going to live it for me. I'm going to do what suits me. I don't really worry about what's trending, and that's just what I'm going to do. My priority right now is to travel, so I know what I need to do to get myself to a point where I can do that freely, and that's what I'm working on. And that goal has now allowed me to bring my financial health into focus. So I've been like overhauling everything. I'm now completely debt free. So I look at it as a clean slate to move forward with the lessons that I learned from the past and continue to gain the knowledge to be able to make smarter decisions for how I manage my money that are in alignment with my goals. So yeah, that's what 2023 was about. 2024, we are here. We just finished quarter 1. How did Q1 treat you guys? Q1 was exceptional for me, and I'll tell you why. Um, I turned 40 in Q1, early February. I spent my birthday weekend in Vegas with my sister, which was a really good time. And I also started the year seeing somebody. It was a really good learning experience, but that relationship didn't continue. So, the way I look at it, I never lose, I always learn. So I just take the lessons and keep it moving. Um, there's not much more I can say about that at this point. I'm glad that I got that opportunity to be able to put some things into practice that I had learned over the previous years of being single. And it also highlighted some things to me that I possibly can work on. Nobody's perfect and nobody ever will be. And the work never stops. You always continue to work and evolve and change and learn, hopefully. So I am taking those lessons moving forward and continuing with my theme for this year, or themes rather, which is ease and comfort. So I want everything that I do to be in alignment with that theme. I am gifting myself a cruise of the Mediterranean. Um, it's not a solo trip. I have a friend from Toronto that's going to be joining me along with a friend of hers. So it's just going to be the three of us. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's happening this summer. So I am in the midst of finalizing all the plans for that. And I just can't wait. I've never been outside of the Americas in terms of traveling. So I am hoping that this trip is going to grow me and stretch me and show me different experiences. And I will come away from it even better than I am right now. And I know once this trip is successful, that nothing can stop me. I thought my foot was hot before, but after this trip, my foot is going to be well hot. Okay? The four corners of this earth is open to me. I live in Calgary right now, but as I'm single, once I get that fully remote job, I see myself maybe being here for a month or 2 or 3 and then picking up and going somewhere else and being there for 3 to 6 months, or you know that's what I really want. That's what I see for my life. And I hope that before my days are done on this earth, I can get to self actualize that for myself. So that's really my biggest goal right now. It was pretty much that sums up, that gets us up to speed 2019 till now. I'm looking forward to being consistent on here, bringing you more interesting content. I have quite a few things going on, so be sure to check the description box below. I am doing affiliate marketing. I'm also a self published author now. So, yeah, check out the description box and see what your girl's been up to in the last 5 years, and stay tuned for more. Bye for now, and thanks for watching.